Is this the one that Nolan North and Emily Rose hosted last time? Because that was really good. And it came after the dreadful PC gaming show. And so, I hope they're back. I don't know if they got them back or not. I hope so. Is that a different thing? It was Games Radar that did that, wasn't it? Oh, it seems like such a long time ago, and it was like 2 months ago. Rated for mature audiences. Future games. Games of the future. World premiere. Maybe they haven't got... I'm pretty sure it was the one with Nolan North and Emily Rose, but I guess they couldn't get them back. New game already. Lots of samurai stuff coming about. It's like game developers suddenly all have the same idea at once. It's very weird. Die by the blade. Well, we didn't really see anything much about that, to be fair.
Hello, and welcome to the Future Game Show. I am Debbie Mae West, otherwise known as Meryl Silverberg from the Metal Gear Solid series to many of you. And that first trailer was Die
from the original
by the
as well,
Blade.
or just the fourth
one? Well, we are
one?
going to have more of that in just a few minutes, plus a few more surprises to pull out of the box here, including my co-host, David.
Oh, David
David,
Hayter.
are you there?
Switching to a secure channel. Kept you waiting, huh?
Seriously, David, come on. It's been over 20 years. Are we still doing this?
It looks like your hands are shaking. Rookie.
Snake, you talk too much. Can we just get on with the show? And that's what happens every time I call him.
Hey, everyone. I'm David Hayter, and it is so great to be here. And
What's
it's
he
so
been
great to be
doing
working with you again,
since
Debbie. You remain my
he got cut from
absolute
Metal Gear
favorite
Solid?
rookie. Over the next 80 minutes, we are going to be showcasing some of the hottest games coming to current and next-gen consoles in the form of never-before-seen gameplay footage and developer interviews.
We've also got world premieres, exclusive trailers, and a few surprises in store.
Let's kick things off by taking a deeper dive into Die by the Blade with its lead.
Oh, okay. They're gonna show it off. Cool.
Exclusive.
Oh, is it like... Oh, it's like a... Okay, so it's like... Tekken or Dead or... Is Tekken the one that's 3D?
Hi, I'm Peter from Triple Hill.
Dead or
I'm the
Alive?
designer of Die by the Blade game. We're a super small team here in Košice, Slovakia, building the fighting game where you are going to wield various weapons from the past Japanese era, European weapons as well. The main premise, the main idea that we have is to have one hit kill combat system.
Really?
Where you
Okay.
or your opponents can die, but just one good hit to the head
that actually kind
or
of
to the torso. We're
might
also
make it
trying
better
to
for someone like
merge
me who
two
doesn't play
eras
fighting
together.
games.
The historic Japan, and there are awesome fighters, samurai, and the new era of our
Definitely looks
or
quite
even,
budgety.
semi-futuristic world where you will be able to fight on the streets, fight on the hills, near the shrines, and in the nature, so that you can experience the world we are building.
It's got that kind of
around.
Shadow
What we're
Warrior
trying to achieve
art
is
style.
to have this feeling
Like the
of
first
fear when you fight,
reboot of Shadow
for your
Warrior
life, that you can die anytime
2013.
by just single mistake, but you also can kill your opponent if he does just one mistake. Fights are short and extremely intense, and we're trying to build that into the player experience. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Could be a
If
game
you're
that
interested,
is only
please follow us
really
on our
playable in
social
short
media,
bursts.
on Facebook, on
I get the feeling you
Instagram,
could get burnt out on
and
it quite
on,
quickly.
Discord if you want to know more about the game. And thanks again for watching.
Kickstarter? Wait. But it looks like done, like it's almost done. Why? you need to be
Die by the
kickstarted for
Blade is
that?
coming to PC and consoles in 2021.
Our next game looks like a Revolver Ocelot cheese dream set to a techno beat.
Wait. What does a David Hayter cheese dream look like?
It involves a lot of cheese. Anyway, here's an exclusive gameplay slice from the rhythm action shooter BPM, Bullets Per Minute.
I think we saw this at the last one, did we? I think we did. Oh, it's this one. Or is this a different one? Are they making 2 of these games? Isn't there another game that is exactly like this? There is, isn't there? Or is this the actual same game? Because it doesn't look the same. This looks a lot more retro graphics. The other one looked a lot more modern. You had like a shotgun. I know this is a shotgun, but like a more traditional looking shotgun. See what I mean? They all come up with the same ideas at the exact same time. It kind of seems like it's hard to see what you're doing. It could be the low bit rate of the stream though. Coming 15th of September?
Bullets Per Minute is being developed by Awe Interactive and will be available on PS4, PC, and Xbox One on September 15th. This next game opened our previous show, which for some reason was hosted by Nolan North.
Exactly.
And today, we're joined by Team Kill Media, who put together this exclusive look at PS5's cosmic horror shooter, Quantum Error.
Quantum Break. Quantum Error.
Maria.
Hey everyone, my name is Micah Jones, owner, lead developer / artist at Team Kill Media. I'm here to present to you for the first time an early preview of Quantum Error's gameplay. Quantum Error is a cosmic horror FPS where you take on the role of Jacob Thomas, a firefighter captain in the Garboa Fire District, sent to help save personnel from the burning Manad facility 30 miles off the coast of San Francisco. This gameplay preview takes place a few levels into the game when your partner has gone missing and you are trying to track him down before it's too late. This footage is early and still heavily in development, so all is subject to change and improve. And with that,
Or get worse.
here we go.
Oh, it's a motion sickness from the shaky screen. This is a lot already. This is way better than last night's show because there's just no delaying of stuff, no riffraff in the middle, you know. It's just one of those walk around horror games where you don't really do anything. I mean, he looks like a traditional firefighter, but the actual area he's in doesn't look traditional at all, you know. Zombies? That looks like a zombie to me. Can we have a zombie U2, please? Oh god, their animations. It's a bit bizarre. This looks like one of those shitty Unity asset flips you'd get on like a Greenlight. Does Greenlight even exist anymore on Steam? Like, I found out in recent years that I really like survival horror games, but there aren't really that many anymore, which is a shame. Like, I adore Zombie U, love The Evil Within, Resident Evil 2 remake. But most horror games nowadays are just walking simulators, basically. Well, they can't see him. Just a thermal detector, right? And they're gone? They disappear when the lights come back on? I'm guessing the skipping around nature is for the demo only, but it is quite jarring. Gives me kind of like Dead Effect vibes, which I've never actually played.
Gravitational anomaly detected. Caution.
Or maybe like Doom 3 vibes, which I've never played either. I probably should play. It's very, very, very slow. Got weapon wheel. Minigun. Are you serious, Sam? It doesn't seem very threatening because of how slow it is. Mars? Is there life on Mars? An axe, ooh. Oh yeah, because he's a firefighter. Quantum error. Not really sure about that. Looks very budgety.
Quantum Error is coming soon to PS5 and PS4.
Now we're going on a journey to Middle Earth
here we
to
go.
learn more about Lord of the Rings, Gollum. With a mix of puzzling, stealth, and parkour, the game even explores Gollum's alter ego as Sméagol, where he wrestles with his true identity. How you doing over there, David? You wrestling with your true identity?
I don't know why, but I thought this game was going to be like a point and click kind of thing. It kind of sounds like it's going to be... Oh, what's that game? I've forgotten what it's called. It's a stealth game that's a spin-off of
Hello,
an RPG called
I'm Saida
Orcs and
Haberstroh
Men.
from Daedalic Entertainment, and I'm currently working on the Lord of the Rings Gollum as a project manager.
Yeah. Please be good.
Right now we are working on the Lord of the Rings Gollum, which is an action-adventure with a big focus on storytelling. We are aiming for an all-round experience where gameplay and story go hand in hand to create the ultimate Gollum game. Sticking to the Daedalic tradition of game, we immerse players deeply in Gollum's inner conflict, to tell a very personal story in front of the epic world-changing events in Middle-earth interwoven with this twisted character. Gameplay-wise, we have a range between subtle tactical stealth, some environmental puzzles, climbing challenges and fast-paced parkour action. Gollum is not exactly a fighter who charges into battle. Players will have to weigh their options for every encounter. Dialogues play a very important role as well. Here you can see our inner conflict minigame where you have to decide for either Gollum or Sméagol. In this case the green options are the Sméagol options and the red ones are the Gollum options. And you as a player have to manifest
Good,
a choice.
bad,
So you have
red,
to
green.
press a button multiple times in order to manifest your option, but the options are also flying around the screen, so it's not that easy, and it also can happen that sometimes the player has another outcome than expected, but this is also depending on choices the player made. Whether the player is more on Gollum's or Smeagol's side, some options will be easier or harder to get. In the Lord of the Rings Gollum, we want to show some
So what they're saying is the game is nowhere
which
near
have
ready
never
enough
been
to actually
seen
show off
in
anything.
such detail before or in close-up. So here we have the Barad-dûr outskirts where you can see the warp preparations.
It's just fucking
going
pictures. It's not
on. Will be coming
moving.
to current and next-gen Sony
When's
and
it gonna
Microsoft
move?
consoles, Nintendo Switch and PCs in late 2021.
Late 2021. So why have you even announced this so early?
Lord of the Rings Gollum is coming to PC and all relevant
We've known about this
consoles
game
in
for
2021.
since the beginning of the year.
Now, PC players might be familiar with our next title, The Terrifying Song of Horror. But we're pleased to announce that the game is coming to new platforms with this exclusive trailer.
Song of Horror.
Exclusive.
Isaac, my dear friend, you don't know what you've done with that cursed music box.
Daniel Neuer is afraid.
That fucking
He listened
trailer
to a
voice.
forbidden music box.
Oh my god.
And now a presence is chasing him.
That's ridiculous.
Is that music?
He doesn't know what it is.
Oh, it reminds me of like Silent Hill Downpour. That's not a good thing. Oh, it looks really bad. Or Saw. The Saw video game. It got really good reviews.
In Song of Horror, you are never safe.
Oh, it's got that kind of Until Dawn
Play as 13
look to it,
unique
I guess.
characters to save Daniel from his imminent doom.
You must save me, Daniel.
Oh my god.
Explore and investigate.
I want a
the
game
scariest of
that's
places.
not really a game and has very little gameplay. All you do is walk around, and that's it.
To unravel the mystery.
If I wanted that, I'd play
behind the
Death Stranding
facade.
or Fallout 76.
He had a terrible nightmare last night. Something was lurking in the house. The strangest thing is...
This is the type of game I would watch on YouTube. Watch a YouTuber I play it.
And face the presence as it reacts to
Like
your
Jesse
way of
Cox
playing.
or Angry Tom, maybe.
Hunting you in different shapes and forms.
Because it's not really a game. It is a game, but it's not really a game. You don't really miss out on anything if you don't play it.
This Halloween,
Compared to
the
just watching
song
it, you
is
know.
playing. And once you listen to it, nothing can save you.
It looks very janky. It does. It reminds me of Saw, the video game Saw, like the graphics and the animations, everything. Is that the same day that Watch Dogs comes out?
That's right. Song of Horror is coming to PS4 and Xbox One on October 29th and is available now on Steam.
Well, after that, I think it might be time to turn our attention to an array of games that are a little more soulful and contemplative. You know, like Meryl.
Artsy-fartsy
now, one of
games.
these games is set around a rotating apartment block, and another where you're shrunk to the size of an ant.
Or
I'm
Grounded.
gonna get in the mood by popping a pentazamine.
Oh, brother.
Oh, that's better. What a thrill. With darkness and silence to the...
David, not like this.
Exclusive.
Ooh, here come the artsy-fartsy bullshit bollocks. Is it like, fuck, I've forgotten what that thing's called. You turn like that and you try and get all the colours to match. What's it called? I've forgotten. Please don't be copyrighted.
Fight 'em all the time. The
ones that I don't know keep me up at night. Wrote a little note so I'd remember why I swore I'd never.
Where's all the colour gone?
Fall into your eyes.
That told me nothing about what the game was. A puzzle box filled with stories.
Hey, my name is Kev Harrison and I'm a senior designer at Merge Games. You might know us for other titles, such as Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX and Cloudpunk.
Oh, Cloudpunk.
And I'm the design lead.
I was really looking forward to that game, and
SMALLAND is
it
an
wasn't
open-world
very
survival
good.
game where you must explore to stay alive. You'll have to master the core survival game elements.
I'm telling you, man.
Crafting, building, but with customization
One eye, like
and
they,
preparation, ready for
what?
a massive adventure.
There must be loads of spies in the game industry going over to other game studios and copying their ideas. Because what the fuck?
In SMALLAND,
there's
the
so
odds are
many
against you in
literal
so
copies
many
of
ways.
games.
You emerge in this giant overgrown
This is
world
ridiculous.
where there are lots of insects, animals, arachnids, and birds, and they all see you at the bottom of the food chain.
Like, what are the
weather,
odds that all these
seasons for a
games
huge
that
part
are
of
exactly the
SMALLAND.
same
Jump,
coming out
glide, swing around the world
at the same
build
time?
to reach new areas and avoid danger.
A lot of these games look very
I'd like to talk
rough.
about PvE. SMALLAND is a cooperative PvE world, so you'll meet other players and be able to help one another against random encounters and in-game events. And using customization, you'll be able to personalize your character and specialize your skills.
It's an MMO?
You'll be able to align yourself with certain creatures and gain abilities, which can protect you, give you access to special resources, and move you up the food chain. You can even gain allies and mounts. So you can not only move around faster and easier, but you'll be able to leap around on a grasshopper, have a ladybug or an ant fight alongside you, charge around on a mouse, and even fly around on a robin. SMALLAND will be released next year, and we're going to be providing as many updates along the way as possible. Coming out on all consoles and PC. It's great to be a part of the Future Games show. The previous one was amazing, so it's a real honour.
Is
Thanks
it
for your
like an
time.
MMO
Enjoy
then?
the show. Thanks for watching.
SMALLAND is out 2021 on all consoles and PC. Now we're going to
There's
keep
no
the
release
chill
dates
vibes
for
flowing
anything.
with two more
This
titles.
game
One
is this
a
game coming
tactical
out
RPG
ever?
where you fight against a deadly fog, but first, an all-new look at the stunning and dreamlike Sable.
I feel like we've been hearing about this game for ages.
Exclusive.
Don't even know what it is, really.
Hi,
Ooh.
I'm Greg from Shedworks.
What's that
and this is our
stuttering?
game, Sable. Sable is a girl who comes from a family of nomads living in a great desert.
Is that the actual art style
Our
that it
story
looks like
begins
it's
as she's
stuttering?
preparing to leave her family
That's
and
awful.
set out into the dunes alone. Sable is an open world game where you explore at your own pace. Glide
Gives you
across
like
the
a
landscape with your
headache
hoverbike,
looking at it.
which can be upgraded and customized with new parts.
But what did you do, though? What is GAM?
Explore mysterious, ancient ruins and uncover the secrets of huge rusting spaceships.
But why, though? Just to upgrade your little speeder thing? But why? But why?
Help the people of the desert with their everyday needs as Sable learns about the world and her place in it.
It's a Confederate statue, knock it down.
Will she return to the nomadic life of her family? Or will she choose a different path for herself?
Okay, is it actually coming out anytime soon? No. Nothing still. Great. What? You're doing subtitles? You're doing narration through subtitles. You couldn't even get someone to do a voiceover for it. Cont, what'd you call me? I feel like a lot of these indie games don't really show off well in these kind of environments, you know. It's not like a big AAA cinematic game that you can really show off and make a big splash with. Tenderfoot Tactics.
Tenderfoot Tactics will be available to play on Steam from October 21st.
Rounding off our soulful cruise, our next game gently ups the tempo. Here's Andrew Davis from Sega to give us a brand new look at the wonderful world of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
Sega! Another Tetris game.
Hello, I'm Andrew Davis. I'm localization producer at Sega of America, and I'm currently deep in the English voice recording for Puyo Puyo Tetris 2. Today we're actually really excited to share this footage of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 and some of the new features that we're showing off. We really wanted to expand on the groundwork that we laid in the first game.
It really does look like a mobile game.
Rule sets and challenges that were popular in the original Puyo Puyo Tetris, but we're also adding some new wrinkles to it with the RPG-inspired skill battles and a more elaborate adventure mode for the main story. With the introduction of skill battle mode, we're adding a new layer of play on top of the Puyo Puyo and Tetris gameplay that we had in the first game. So this is an RPG-like mode.
I've never even heard of the first game.
Of 3 characters, and each of those characters has special abilities that you get to use in the battles. So in adventure mode in Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, players will be able to move across a new overworld map. This map will allow for branching paths and optional side stories, so if you want to just focus on charging through the main story, you can do that very easily, but the optional stories will let you check in on what other characters are up to. So as you encounter new characters in the story, they'll be added to your roster of team members that you can use in skill battles. So you'll start with a small core team, and then it'll grow and expand.
You don't need to explain Tetris.
If you pre-order now, so long as the supply lasts, you'll get 8 rare in-game item cards, including 3 that are Sonic the Hedgehog.
Supply lasts? There's no such thing as supply lasting for a digital game. What are you talking about, mate?
December 8th, 2020. It'll be out for PS5 for holiday 2020, and early next year we also plan to bring out a PC version. So thanks for watching and enjoy the show.
Prepare yourself!
Pre-order today. Don't pre-order.
Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 is out December 8th for PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X before launching on PS5 and Steam at a later date.
Now, you might be familiar with our next game
Oh,
series.
God.
The original launched the franchise back in 2002.
I'm so worried about this.
And now, it's been rebuilt.
I want it to be good
consoles.
so badly,
Here's just
but
one of the missions you'll be playing.
it's just going to be Mafia 3
The definitive edition.
with the Mafia 1 story.
So Tommy, you'll drive.
Not final yet, even though it comes out in a month, so that's bullshit.
Just a handful of stops today. Bill at the motel was a little short last month.
I'm Hayden Blackman. I'm the President and Chief Creative Officer at Painter 13 Games.
I'm really worried. Mafia 2 is one of my favorite games of all time, and I've never played the first one.
As a mobster,
And Mafia 3 is one of my most
really
disappointing
kind of
games of all
first
time, up
And
there with like Fallout 4.
The premise of it is that
So
Tony, Polly, and Sam are
I want it
being
to be
sent
good
out
so
to
badly.
do a collections run. One of the things that this mission also sets up is that the Salieri family is kind of scraping
know,
by
man.
at this point, and we're
It
establishing
could be,
that
but I
there's a
don't know.
rivalry with the Morello crime family. So this collection run is important just to keep them afloat.
I've beaten Mafia 2 4
Where's the
times.
Ron, feccia! Voi ci succhiate il sangue!
mean, I could go back and
The
play
gameplay
Mafia 1 and
varies
probably still
quite a
really
bit
like it,
as
I
you
reckon.
play, through Mafia,
I've gone
and
back
we
and
wanted to
played
make
like
sure
Max
that
Payne,
that
Max
was
Payne
well
2,
realized in Mafia: The Definitive
the old
Edition as
GTA
well.
games, and really enjoyed those. Still, even in the modern day.
In this particular mission, you can go in guns blazing. You can also kind of sneak your way around and use a little bit more stealth.
Oh, look
So
at those
again,
glitchy
a lot of it is
animations.
about player preference and really creating
Oh,
the Mafia
dear.
experience that they want for these specific missions.
Stop
and
giving these games
specific combat
to
scenarios.
two...
When we
no.
sat down to do the
Hangar?
remake
What were they
for
called?
Mafia, we took a look at all the
Where's my
systems
phone?
and gameplay
Don't know.
mechanics that we knew we wanted to upgrade to
Hangar games?
2020
What are they called?
standards. The game was built and released in 2002, so a lot has changed in terms of core mechanics since then. One big focus for
Somehow
us
you made
was
it
gunplay,
worse
and in
since then.
order
I don't know
to
how you could do that.
capture kind of the
Oh, it
visceral
looks
feel of
exactly
gunplay
like
that we
Mafia
wanted.
3.
We
It looks
actually started
terrible.
with the gunplay
It looks
from Mafia 3,
awful.
and
Look,
then
what's he
evolved
doing?
it
He's just standing there with the
over
bat,
time, and we
not
wanted
doing
to make sure
anything.
that the
Oh,
combat
guess
felt
he's
a
gonna
little
shoot
bit more
me.
life and death in
Wow.
Mafia,
It looks
Definitive Edition. So you're
fucking
thinking
dreadful.
about when you pop out of cover,
Come
when you
on.
blind fire, when you reload, which weapon that you're using at any given time.
I want
Vehicles is another area
I want
that
this to
we
be
knew
so
from the
good
outset
because I
we
want to play
wanted
Mafia
to
1
improve
as if it
upon.
came out
We
today.
built our driving model
know?
off the back of the driving model from Mafia 3.
Great.
But then tweaked it and made
Even though it was better in the
adjustments to take into
second game.
consideration the time period. For us, it was very important that we captured the authenticity of those vehicles, but at the same time also making it accessible and making it fun to
Hangar
zip around
13,
the city,
that's what they're called.
and get involved in
Awful,
these kind of car
awful
chases.
developers.
So the game comes out September 25th. Really excited. The team's been working
It's in a
really
month,
hard to
but this
finalize
isn't
it.
the final
I'm
fucking
very, very
build.
proud
I
of the
don't
team,
believe you.
what they've been able to accomplish the last couple of months working from home. So I hope everybody gets a chance to play it when it comes out.
What do they call you, son?
Thomas.
It's not full price, is it?
Thomas Angelo, sir.
Hey, Lex. It's not 50 quid, it's like 35 quid. So I guess there's that.
I want to
It
thank
looks
Hayden Blackman,
fucking
President and CCO
awful.
of Hangar
It looks
13,
dreadful.
For walking us through that Mafia Definitive
It's
Edition
so
mission.
sad.
You'll be able to try it yourself when the game launches on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on September 25th.
Coming up next, we have a new look at The Survivalists, an adventure-filled sandbox set in the Escapists universe where you'll need to train monkeys to help you survive.
Monkey!
Peggy
Monkey!
7.
You know you gotta shock the monkey. Yeah, I believe it's 35 quid. So it's not full price, but it basically is. I mean, that is still basically full price. There's a demo. It's online. It's Team 17. Which sometimes publish
The
good
Survivalists
stuff.
is being developed by Team 17 and
Oh,
is
they're
expected to
developing it,
launch on
okay.
PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch later this year. Up next is a new mind-bending first-person shooter from developer Ratloop Games Canada. Thankfully, we're now joined by game director James Anderson to help us wrap our minds around it all.
Oh, it's this one. They showed it off last night. 25-second loop. I didn't understand it at all. I got no idea how it works.
Hi, I'm James Anderson from Ratloop Games Canada. We're an indie studio based out of Montreal, Canada, and I'm the game director currently working on LEMNIS Gate. You might have seen our reveal trailer on opening night live, but today we're here and very excited to share more details with you. So LEMNIS Gate is a turn-based strategy first-person shooter where each character on your team
That doesn't make
is
any
controlled
sense.
by you. So how this works is the whole game is set inside of a 25-second time loop, and different players take turns adding characters into that time loop. So for example, I'll play a turn for 25 seconds, Every single action I did in that 25 seconds will repeat over and over until the end of the match. Then the opponent does the same thing and plays for 25 seconds. So now there'll be 2 characters looping in the same 25-second period.
Jesus Christ.
So then we take turns going back and forth, adding more and more characters into the same 25-second time loop until the end of the 10th round, where there'll be 5 of me and 5 of you all looping over the same 25 seconds. So if I could summarize how it feels or how it plays, it's kind of like chess meets
But how do you win?
first-person shooter. It's a game where strategy is just as important as skill, and in order to survive, you'll need keen observation skills, careful planning, and some skillful execution. So here we're looking at some exclusive footage. It's taken in one of our worlds called the Arbor. So in LEMNIS Gate, all of our different maps take place on different worlds spanning the entire galaxy, which creates a great variety of location as you play. We're currently watching a 1 versus 1 game, but we do support 1v1 and 2v2 online. And what's really cool about LEMNIS Gate is, as a side effect of being a turn-based shooter, you can actually play local multiplayer using pass-the-controller setup with your friends. So what we're seeing right now is a local game, so you actually get to see the perspective of both competing players at the same time. So you might have noticed a little drone flying around. We call this our spectator mode. So before you take your turn, you can freely move the camera around the entire map, and you'll see that the time loop's playing out underneath you, so you have full visibility. All the characters and all the actions that have taken place so far in the game are fully visible to you. Another cool feature in LEMNIS Gate is what we call Ghost Mode. So in LEMNIS Gate, if you die, death is not final. You keep playing for the remainder of the 25-second round. This is because you can go back in time on the next round and save your previous character from dying, and any actions that you took as a ghost will become reality in a new timeline. LEMNIS Gate is coming to PC, PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
I don't know where everyone is. I was at a funeral, which is why I've got this nice shirt on.
But right now you can wishlist us on
which won't
Steam
be on
to
tomorrow.
stay up to date with current news and announcements. So thanks a lot for watching, and we really hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Early 2021. So they're not releasing it on next gen.
I could have used
Seems
James's
dumb.
help when I was fighting Psycho Mantis.
David, please. LEMNIS Gate is going to launch on PC, PS4, and Xbox One in early 2021.
Our next game is a world premiere from developer Merge Games, and it looks like it's going to be the perfect retreat from our otherwise chaotic world.
Who passed out? My granddad.
Leah.
You mean passed on? My granddad died. Like last month. A month ago, actually. It's Animal Crossing, but is it good? Animal Crossing, but good? It's got like turn-based battles in it. Do I get to make my own, like, town? Animal Crossing, but good. Maybe. Can we have a new Viva Pinata game? Monster Harvest. The old one? There was an old version?
Monster Harvest is being developed for PC, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox One. Next, we are excited to feature a collection of upcoming games making their way to Nintendo Switch. We've got a Madcap multiplayer racer and a fire-breathing addition to your illustrated army.
Can't talk about the
But
Mad
first,
Cat anymore.
A talking cat.
Exclusive.
He's redacted.
It all started when I found this book.
What the
Wait, are you actually talking back to me?
Took you a while, huh?
Oh, this
The
looks very old school.
Necronomicon in all its glory.
It should never fall into the hands of madmen.
You really think I want to be like you for the rest of my life?
She's really unhappy with her current situation.
You are my slave, human.
Man, this is just like in the movies.
This could be very dangerous, and men in red shirts are notoriously unlucky. Hear that, kitty? adventure
Looks like
awaits.
I can
I don't know, just
barely
games of
contain my
the old
enthusiasm.
era, I guess.
Yeah, well,
Point
ain't
and
all
click
fun
stuff.
and games. We're dealing with lunatics here.
This place is giving me the serious creeps.
Strange and mysterious.
Monkey Island, maybe, I don't know.
Wait a minute. Care to explain what's going on here?
Do you ever watch the moon buzz go on?
Heard your awful noises. Horrible. It were horrible. And there's a talking cat.
Again, I'm right here. Rude.
What if cats could speak, but they didn't speak your language? What's this? Oh, okay. Is this what I think it is? What was that old Blizzard game that was like this? Not Micro Machines. Wasn't it an old Blizzard game that was like this? I mean, there's loads of games that have been like this. So let you do it from top down, from behind the car, and from a bumper view, I guess, as well. Interesting. Oh, Rocket League. Oh, there's an actual cockpit view as well. That's more than some actual proper racing games.
Product not yet rated.
A roguelike maze. Is the frame rate supposed to be really low? What? It's Fall Guys. Gotta get the crown. Loot. Is it turn-based when you get into a room with enemies in? I think so. Will they only move when you move? Huh. Even more RNG in your turn-based tactical stuff. There's a lot of Switch stuff in this. Have we seen this before? I feel like I've seen this before. There's a lot of ports. A lot of ports being announced.
Gibbous and Mini Motor Racing X will hit Switch later this year, with Inculinati following in 2021.
A little closer to release is Werewolf: The Apocalypse Heart of the Forest, which we exclusively debuted in our June show. And today, we're excited to reveal how you can try it for yourself.
Exclusive.
I don't remember this. Oh no, not this
Say
kind
what?
of bullshit.
The tabletop RPG queen in me was screaming when I saw this. Oh, this is a brutal
opening. Oh, Maya, what have you done?
So it's actually kind of a lot like the role-playing game.
Oh!
Rage!
This is embarrassing, isn't it? It's a... What? It's like a choose-your-own-adventure type thing.
Werewolf the Apocalypse Heart of the Forest is coming to PC in 2020, and we are pleased to announce that a new demo is available free right now on Steam.
I thought it was going to be like a horror game where they
Have
would
you ever dreamed of
show
running
the
your own
jump
detective
scares and
agency?
people reacting to
That
it.
would be no.
Well, that's a shame. Because our next game requires you to solve cases with real-world research. This is Chinatown Detective Agency.
You want to see a city's deepest, darkest secrets? Open up a detective agency and wait for them to walk through the door. I've met many unusual characters as a cop, but when I turned PI, it was a whole different ballgame. I won't lie though, they pay well.
Well, that's not supposed to happen, clearly, because the future... Oh no. Oh no. Have they just restarted the entire show? Uh-oh. What have they just done? Dude, this is the start. They just restarted it.
I could have used James's help when I was fighting Psycho Mantis.
Oh my god.
David, please. Lemnis Gate is going to launch
People
on
are
PC,
going
PS4,
apeshit behind
and
the
Xbox
scenes.
One in early
What the
2021.
fuck just happened?
Our next game is a world premiere from developer Merge Games, and it looks like it's going to be the perfect retreat from our otherwise chaotic world.
Oh no, the chat's going mad.
World premiere.
Oh god, look at this. Well, we've gone back in time. Marty, where's Doc when you need him? He was here last night. We need him now. Marty. Doc. Doc, where are you, Doc? Right. That was interesting. Has this happened on every live stream or just... Well, Games Radar are hosting the event, so... Yeah, this looks kind of cool. I want a game like this. I've really been wanting a game I can just kind of play and relax to, because I've been having a lot of stress. Just a lot of depressing shit lately.
Monster
so like,
Harvest is being developed for PC, PS4,
I want
Nintendo
something I can just
Switch,
relax
and
with.
Xbox One.
And not get
Next,
too stressed out
we are
with.
excited to feature a collection of upcoming games making their way to Nintendo Switch. We've got a Madcap multiplayer racer and a fire-breathing addition to your illustrated
What are we gonna
art.
fucking
But
do?
first,
I need to play
the Talking
Stardew Valley. Yeah,
Exclusive.
I do need to do that. I played Minecraft for a bit, but not having any objective really.
I found this book.
I do still need a bit of an objective
Wait, are
to
you
keep me
actually
playing.
talking back to
So I
me?
played that for a bit.
Took you a while, huh?
The Necronomicon.
Just built a
in
few
all
things.
its glory.
It should never fall into the hands of madmen.
You really think I
Watch
want to
this
be like you
again.
for the rest of my life?
She's really unhappy with her current situation.
Man, this is just like in the movies.
This could be very dangerous. The men in red shirts are
Games
notoriously
Radar.
unlucky.
Hear that, kitty? Adventure awaits.
I can barely contain my
Oh, it's happened even on the
enthusiasm.
YouTube one as well.
well, that's
Right.
a shame. Because our next game requires you to solve
Oh,
cases
here we
with
go. We're back.
real-world
We're back to
research.
that Chinatown
This
thing.
is Chinatown Detective Agency.
We're back.
You want to see a city's
You wanna?
deepest, darkest
You wanna?
secrets?
You wanna, buddy? You want a
Open
Maserati?
up a detective agency.
You better work,
And wait
bitch.
for them to walk through the door. I've met
Right,
many
here we
unusual
go.
characters as a cop, but when I turned PI, it was a whole different ballgame. I won't lie though, they pay well. There's a shadow, bespectacled.
It works.
Cigarette between lips that smile to hide his true intentions.
Oh, I thought it had gone black again then.
Call me Rupert. I work for a special group of people with a wide range of interests.
There's a woman, an enigma, elegant, graceful, and if my knowledge of the nuances of human nature serves me right, this one's always 2 steps ahead of you.
You can call me Tiger Lily, and you can rest assured that anything important that happens in this city, I'll know about it first.
And there's the young politician, a fire burning behind those eyes, and a naivety so contagious, he can make anyone believe there's still hope for the world.
Believe it or not, there's corruption in every corner of the government. And I, Kieran Iyer, I'm the last stand.
3 clients, 3 diverging paths that lead to the same moment. I can feel it in my bones. Singapore is on the cusp of something big, and one of them is gonna help me unravel it.
This seems like a case for Holmes and Watson. Freeze! Real world research. Okay. Free on Steam? A prologue. Day 1 a prologue. Okay.
Chinatown Detective Agency is scheduled to release in early 2021 on PC, but you can try the free prologue on Steam September 30th.
Next up is Deathground, a terrifying survival horror game that pits you and your friends against an army of unpredictable AI dinosaurs. And before David says anything about Metal Gear Rex, let's take a look at the game.
Okay.
Exclusive.
Is this that dinosaur one they showed off last time or a different one? You want a dinosaur game and they all turn up at once.
Hey there, I'm Dan DeRocha, studio head at Jaw Drop Games, and we're currently working on Deathground, which is a dinosaur survival horror game.
It's like Left 4 Dead, but with dinosaurs?
Deathground is a solo and co-op survival horror game that throws players into a desperate battle for survival against deadly AI dinosaurs.
More like Alien Isolation with dinosaurs, I guess.
What you're seeing at the moment is first playable gameplay footage of Deathground. It demonstrates our core gameplay and gives a small glimpse into what you can expect from the game.
But definitely Alien Isolation, like, holy shit.
Please note everything you see is pre-alpha and of course subject to heavy improvement.
Or disprovement. They do move in herds. I don't like these kind of horror games where it is mostly just walking around, picking up items, and putting items in other items.
Enjoy this small teaser and wishlist the game on Steam.
It's not my type. To me, this is more of a walking simulator, really, than much of a game. How was the Animal Crossing game called full name? Monster Harvest? Deathground. I eat the title. Even the T-Rex knows it's a shit title.
Thanks to Jaw Drop Games for sharing that exclusive
Looks like someone
look at
splooged
Deathground. Next, we're joining the
on the
Earth's
title.
mightiest heroes in a...
Wait, hang on.
Oh no.
My bandana's at the dry cleaners.
David, I'm talking about the Avengers. Marvel's Avengers.
I tried
Here's
to
Warzone
play
director
this a
Phil
bit
Varian
more
to
on the
tell us
last day
more
of PC
about how the
beta
heroes interact in
to get
this
some
exciting
footage.
co-op adventure.
I couldn't even get it to work at all. I was like, I'll try out. I haven't tried
My name
AMD's
is Phil
recording
Varian, and I'm the Warzone
software
director on Marvel's
that's built
Avengers
in.
at Crystal Dynamics. We
I'll
really
give it a
wanted to
shot,
have
and
a
I couldn't even
pretty
get the game to work.
diverse group of activities. We wanted to have a game that's accessible to everybody in the sense of you have 5 minutes
You can't
to play,
have
you
it
have 10 minutes,
both
you have
ways.
2 hours, we have
You can't have it be
something for you.
accessible to
That quickly
everyone
became the
and
different
also be
mission
in
types.
depth and
So when we
hardcore.
crafted
You
the
got to pick
Thunderbolt,
your
this
battle.
applies to a lot of our
You got to
missions. We
pick
didn't
your
want
player
to
base, your
just
audience.
constantly be fighting. We wanted the players to have a chance to get distracted a little bit by figuring out how to open up puzzles and how to do different types of activities. You might go rescue some
I feel like the
faction
faces look
NPCs that are trapped somewhere.
really
or
last
you might
gen.
need to figure out how to get inside one of those little
I think
game
it's just the
depots that
flat
you've no doubt
lighting
seen in
on
the
their
Thunderbolt.
faces.
It gives you something else to do, and it gives you that feeling of choice when you're going through these missions. The vault is interesting. You're going to get a sequence, and then your goal is to reproduce that sequence and then take control of the vault until the security measures are disarmed for that level. It's really one of those fights where you want the heroes to be together trying to defend the control point in front of the vault.
Code verification entry verified.
There's usually 3 levels of security to these vaults. Enemies might try to hack some consoles while you're doing that, so you might have to split your focus. It really requires all the players to be fighting together because there's a lot of enemies that will actually try to stop you from getting these vaults. It makes sense.
You're trying to tell me that this isn't really going to be possible solo. If I try and do this on my own, it's just going to be a disaster.
In the control section in front of the vault, you can keep the sequence going. Ultimately, though, it is a pretty tricky fight. There's a big advantage to keeping the heroes.
I mean, the beta's got a really bad rating on
especially
Steam,
considering the fact that
like
there's
a
a lot
40%
of beneficial abilities that you can get
so,
from being close to your friends. If you're playing with
which is
Kamala,
pretty
you might
bad.
benefit from her heal. Everybody needs to be all hands on deck. The secret
I should
mission
have
in the
given it a bad
Tundra
review.
does have
But it's a
more
beta,
than one
so-
secret. People may not have noticed this, but the entrance to that vault is not always in the same location. There's actually 3 different places that the entrance could be. So part of the puzzle in those areas is to figure out where the vault is. And it's not the only one either. It's the only one we have in the beta, but when the game comes out, people will get to see there's a few other ones that we've hidden.
You have discovered the location of the shield vault.
Well,
right now we're working on wrapping up the bugs that are still in the game, so we're all working super hard.
The game's
until
out in like
launch.
6 days
And,
or
of
7
course,
days.
we're
How many days are there in
also giving
August?
Some attention to things that will be coming out after launch because we have obviously plans to keep this game supported for
Basically
a long
admitting
time.
that the
We've got
game
early
isn't
access
done,
starting
or
September
you've
1st, and
cut
then
stuff out
September
to
4th,
make it last
everybody's
longer
in and
over the
can't wait to
years.
see people there.
Nice work. You made it.
Marvel's Avengers is set to release on PC, PS4, Stadia, and Xbox One on September 4th, with PS5 and Xbox Series X versions later this year.
Our next game was one of the stars at our June show, and today we are thrilled to share a new trailer from the spellbinding RPG Chris Tales by Modus Games.
Chris Tales, woo!
As a child, I saw the future as a gift. Full of dreams and hopes wrapped in infinite possibility. Until the day my world fell apart.
Guards, seize her and the shielded fellow.
And I truly learned to see. I've made my choice to stand tall in the face of tyranny.
I go.
To shout no more as the strong prey on the weak. And as evil forces gather, I choose to fight, to reclaim the future
Oh,
from those who would try to steal it
Just
from
like
us.
this, okay.
Because then, they will learn the future is what I choose to make it.
November 17th. The day Cyberpunk comes out? Are you joking? I guess they aren't the same
This
audience,
Tales
but
is set
still.
to launch on November 17th for PC, PS4, Google Stadia, Nintendo Switch.
Or is that Assassin's Creed
as well
Valhalla?
as PS5 and Xbox Series X.
I know Cyberpunk comes out around then.
We're excited
hello.
to take a deeper look at how recruitment missions work in Watch Dogs Legion.
Ooh.
If you haven't been paying attention, this is the action game that's going to let any and all Londoners become a hero.
David, weren't you a hero once?
I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be.
Oh, Snake, you haven't changed at all.
Cyberpunk comes out on the 19th. Assassin's Creed Valhalla comes out on the 17th. This looks...
Hi, I'm Kent Hudson, and I'm
really
the game
good.
director of Watch Dogs Legion.
I really want to play
I'm excited to be
this.
here at Future Game Show with Games Radar to take a look at recruitment missions.
It might be a
which is
bias
really
because
important
it's
part
set in
of
London,
Watch
though.
Dogs Legion. So in Watch Dogs Legion, of course, you can play as anyone, but to get someone on the team, you've got to actually help them solve some of their problems. You've got to talk them into joining DedSec and show them that you're there to fight for the people and convince them to join the resistance. So right now, we're going to take a look at one of the recruitment
They
missions in
said
the
that
game,
like
and we're gonna
finding
dive in.
another more than one
So
grandma
this is
to
Sherry
recruit
Lewis, who's a
would be a
beekeeper.
1
This
in
is
a billion
really fun character
chance,
to
they
play.
said.
She can shoot a bee swarm, which is actually near future nano bees, and also has an overcharger, which is a really cool, unique weapon that synergizes with the bees, in fact, and creates a big discharge blast. So it's a really fun 1-2 punch type of character to play with. And so we're going to go see what her situation is and see how we can help her and see how we can convince her to join DedSec.
It's about time someone stands up and does something for this city, don't you think?
Are you DedSec? All right. I need your squad to help destroy my life's work.
Excuse me?
I was working for Big Pharma, medical research, you see. Busting my ass. And then my boss steals my research, sells it to Albion, and fires me. Word is, they're using my research for a restricted military project. Me can't be a part of something like that. It keeps me up at night. Can you destroy my old files?
So it sounds like we need to find some files and destroy them for her. And we took the tube to get there. We have the full London tube, so you can fast travel all around the world using the tube. Or, of course, it's an open world game. You can drive anywhere you want as well. And we're passing some autonomous cars. You'll notice the little logos on the windshield. That means that they're actually driverless vehicles, which is a nice little touch of our near future London. It also makes you feel a little bit better about stealing vehicles as you run through the world.
I love the first game.
And
I hated the second
we are
one.
now in Lambeth. So Lambeth is one of the 8 boroughs that we have in the game. It's a big one south of the river, and we're going to do a little scouting here. So classic Watch Dogs gameplay, using cameras to scout the location. And we found the person who we need to do the download from. Now, of course, you could have stealthed in here, come in guns blazing, or use some of your remote control gadgets. Looks like in this one we're going to use the camera system.
The second
and
one's
actually
world
download
didn't
this
really
location without
suit
ever entering the layout.
game.
So obviously hacking is core to the Watch Dogs brand, and this is a good example of being sneaky and clever and actually.
The first game was
get
set in
what you need without
Chicago,
ever
which was
letting
quite
you know you were
densely
there.
populated. Second one was set in San Francisco, and it was quite spread out, it
So
felt.
now we know where the files are stored, and we need to come do something about it. And we're now north
But
of
London
the river
is
at
very
New Scotland
densely
Yard,
populated. There's a lot
which
of
is one of the
stuff.
locations where Albion has
So I
taken
think it
over
will
from the
work.
police. The Metro Police has been pushed out in Watch Dogs Legion, and Albion, the private military contractors, have taken over. So that's who you'll see here. And looks like we've swapped characters now to.
Well, can
a
you swap
hooligan,
literally
which is a
on
really
the
fun archetype
fly?
to play. Looks like we're taking a stealth approach here, but one of the things the hooligan can do is actually call in some football mates and come in and bring 3 additional buddies into the layout to get into melee and cause some mayhem and cause some chaos. So that's one fun way to play. But looks like we're going it alone here.
Tried to
with our
melee him from
melee
all the way
system.
over there.
One thing you'll notice here is that the enemies are actually staying in melee. So this is one of the cool things about the game is that if you don't
Because they don't
escalate
have
to gun
guns in
combat,
the UK.
enemies, won't escalate either, and you can try to control these situations in melee and win the encounter without ever having to go completely hot.
It does look
And you
quite
can also
rough.
see the
It looked a
AR
lot more
shroud ability
polished when
here.
they showed it off
This is one of the things you can buy in our upgrade
at the
screen to
Ubisoft
help you
Forward
with,
thing.
with stealth through the game. So that allows you to hide bodies from other people so they won't see.
They
and
might be
won't,
playing on the
alert
console
guards.
version,
It's another one of our cool little tech
but I
abilities in the
doubt
game.
it.
And now
They
we're
usually
taking care of
always
those
play on the
files
PC
for
version.
Sherry, and still got to make our way out though. Of course, you could have played this any number of ways. You could have stealthed in. You could have come in guns blazing. You could have used remote control gadgets. You could have used drones to fly in. You could have done this download from a drone. The freedom of approach in this game is crazy. So this is one way to do it.
There's a lot of motion
and you can
blur
actually
going
do this
on.
download
It's very
without ever
blurry.
entering the location. But of course, you could have done many other ways to get in there. But now that looks like we've done what we need to do to get Sherry Lewis on the team, and she's joining up, and pretty soon we're going to have a fun beekeeper to play with and shoot swarms of bees at people. This is actually something that, you know, in the game now we've already made some improvements where there's a lot more.
So they don't make it that hard to recruit. It's not a very in-depth process. You do one little mission and you've got them.
You can grab the game on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, PC, and Stadia on October 29th. Thanks a lot for watching.
Also coming to Xbox Series X
Watch
and
Dogs
probably
Legion
PS5.
is coming to PC, PS4, Google Stadia, and Xbox One on October 29th. And it'll launch on PS5 and Xbox Series X later this year.
I think it's time for a palate cleanser. And would you believe it? This next game is about
Would you
cooking.
bloody believe it?
I'm a genius. Anyway, let's check in with Team 17, who have an exciting update to share on its quirky cooking game, Epic Chef.
They've got a lot of stuff, Team 17. Is it overcooked?
Hi, I'm Mark Lopez, one of the co-founders of Infinigon. In Epic Chef, you take the role of Zest, a man who, fleeing from a mysterious past, arrives to Ambrosia.
They left the bleeding mouse cursor in the game.
For the world's top cuisine personalities. After making himself at home at a cursed villa everyone is terrified of, he will soon get dragged into the spotlight of the histrionic cooking scene of the city, and he'll have to farm, craft, and cook.
It's Breath of the Wild.
This is a live simulator
It's a cooking
with
system,
a heavy
but it's a full
narrative
game.
component, full of characters who will get to know well. We wanted to make it so it feels like Zest fully integrates into the city instead of being the eternal outsider, even if the city and its inhabitants can be a bit peculiar at times. Zest would tell you that his goal is to be left alone and live a discreet and peaceful life, but the city and his big mouth have other plans for him, and he'll find himself challenged by the greatest chefs in the kingdom in epic culinary battles with high stakes. In order to have any hope of victory, Zest will need to work hard and improve his farm to be able to produce never-before-seen ingredients to use in his dishes, as well as constantly train his culinary skills and inventive. But he won't be able to do this alone, so he'll need to help his neighbors and earn their friendship and support. With good allies,
It's a ghost painting?
and skill, Zest will face the best chefs in the world in a single culinary duel in order to survive in a city
how do you
obsessed
actually
with
do the
culinary
cooking?
supremacy.
Hello, my name is Christian Pastor. I'm co-founder at Infinigon Games.
There we
Today
go.
we are excited to share this exclusive footage of the process of making a dish in Epic Chef. In the game there are tons of different ingredients that you can grow in your own villa. Plants, crops, animals like cows, more exotic ones like unicorns, each one providing different resources. Keep in mind that things like unicorn poo is considered a delicatessen in Concordia. You can use all these ingredients to create thousands
Unicorn
of different
poo.
dishes. There are not correct or incorrect recipes. Just like in real life, each character in Concordia has his own taste. Some of them love meat, some of them hate
Oh
meat,
god, is it
some of them can
a
love
bit
some
random
flavors,
though, whether they
others
like it
don't.
or not?
So you will need to choose carefully which ingredients you want to use in your dish in order to satisfy their wishes.
Hi, I'm Jax. I'm a game designer from Team 17 and I'm working as design support for Infinigon. One of the key features I wanted to talk about is something called sources. And so basically if Zest is to become the greatest chef in the land, then he's going to need to learn how to make sauces. They're a powerful addition to cooking. They've got
Mama's
the
a sauce
ability
is
to
the best
alter the
all
properties of the
around.
dish. And this is especially useful in cooking battles where the player is cooking off against an opponent. As sauces can influence the judge's taste, which then in turn can mess up the opponent. There are lots of sauce recipes to choose from, but it's up to the player to figure out which sauce to
Do I get to
make
build a
and when to
village?
use it. Sauces won't always have the desired results, but experimenting is the fun part.
Epic Chef is coming out in 2021. You can wishlist the game on Steam. We'll be happy to give you more information in the future. Thanks
Epic
for watching.
Chef. It's a very original title. Sarcasm.
Epic Chef will launch in 2021.
Next, we're taking a deep dive into some of the fantastical myths that
okay.
you'll discover in Assassin's Creed Valhalla with the game's narrative director.
I will be buying this, probably. I haven't beaten Odyssey yet, and I probably will keep it that way, because if I play Odyssey, I'll probably burn myself out on it. I've already put like 40 hours
Hello,
into
I'm
Odyssey,
Darby
and I
McDevitt,
haven't beaten
and I'm
it
the
yet.
narrative director
It's
for
crazy.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Not even close.
Today we're going to go a little bit deeper into some of the things you may have seen in our past demos. More specifically, the mythical elements that you'll find in 9th century England. I'm talking, of course, about the Daughters of Lirion, the Black Shuck, and the
Black
Lost
Shuck,
Drengir
Black Shuck, Black
of
Shuck,
Ragnar
Black Shuck, Black Shuck. That don't give a fuck. There's a Darkness song called Black Shuck, which is based on this myth, I think. This legend. Black Shuck.
Black Shuck is a particular piece of mythology that's very, very common in England. There are a lot of stories and tales about black dogs that roam the night. The Black Shuck is particular to East Anglia, but there are a lot of black dog phenomena.
Where the Darkness are from,
England.
there's a band.
The term shuck comes from an old English word, shucka. The etymology is not quite clear. It could mean devil.
Does your health bar increase the more health you get? Because I fucking hate that. In Odyssey, you get more health, but your health bar doesn't actually get bigger.
Generally known as a black shaggy dog that's the devil incarnate. So we decided to put this piece of mythology in the game.
That's what I love about Dark Souls, is that you start off with a tiny bar of health and then it gets really fucking big the more you play the game.
A poor victim of someone's fury.
Now, the Daughters of Lirion are our own homage to Shakespeare and his play King Lear, but the play King Lear is actually based on a historic figure from quite a long time before our game is set. But we thought it would be fun to put a little quasi-historical stuff into this game. So Cordelia, Regan, and Goneril are the daughters of Lirion, and they are sort of protecting their father's legacy, a man who was betrayed by the people of East Anglia. And you'll find evidence of this story scattered throughout East Anglia,
a big,
and a little bit beyond.
It looks like it's going to be really mixed.
All of whom have
it's going to be a mixed bag, an incredibly mixed bag. This game,
into the territories, you'll find a lot more to this story. So people with a sharp eye and a desire to explore.
I think I said this last time. It's going to be really hurt by how much it is tied to the engine of Odyssey and gameplay mechanics of Odyssey. I mean, the stream is only in 30 frames. There is no 60 FPS stream of this.
Ragnar Lothbrok was a very famous Viking who came over to England about 10 years before our game is set.
But that's Assassin's Creed for you. It's fucking low frame rate
he made a lot of enemies,
since the beginning of time.
There were two kings in the north, or two men in the north who wanted to be king, who put
the
their
fucking, it looks, look how the animations are so janky and awful. It looks terrible.
King
If you're going to spend so much time looking at people's faces in conversations, at least make them
we've
decent.
Created a group of people,
they look
6
so
warriors,
janky.
or Drengr, courageous warriors who have lost all sense of purpose now that their leader, their Jarl, or their king Ragnar is dead. So you'll find these Drengr scattered throughout England and Norway. And
I don't know.
they each have a story to tell, and each
Why aren't
of them
they
wants
showing
to
off more of the
die
stealth
in a glorious
stuff?
battle so that they can be with their beloved Ragnar in Valhalla. So Eivor will have an opportunity to meet with them, get their side of the story, and then send them
Seems
to
quite. What the fuck? Look how fucking high he went.
Now, all of the missions we talked about are not, part of the main story. You'll find them just by exploring the world of Assassin's Creed.
I feel like they're not showing
we put
enough
a lot of care and effort into rewarding
stuff
people
that
who just want to get off
actually
the beaten path.
feels different
This
from
is
the
just a
last
small
game, and I
sample
feel
of
like
the
there is actual
mythology
stuff in this game that is
cultural
different from the last game,
rituals
but they
that
aren't
you'll
showing
see.
it for some
When
reason.
you actually get your hands on the game, you'll find that the game is full of this kind of stuff. So I hope you'll join us on November 17th and dive in. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Like, I'm probably going to play as him. But you can change at any time. You can change between the male and female at any time. But I'll probably play as him. Because the other voice actor is awful.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla is coming November 17th to PS4, Xbox One, Stadia, and PC, with PS5 and Xbox Series X to follow. Up next, we've got an exclusive look at open-world survival RPG Medieval Dynasty, which is only 1 minute away from confirming its release date.
Okay. Looks like Kingdom Come Deliverance or Mountain Blade 2. Oh, but it's like survival, open world crafting, build house type thing. It's an early access survival game.
Rule and care for your people and secure your place in history.
Probably.
By founding your own
Did that bow clip through the floor then? September 17th. It's actually coming out. It's not in early access. I don't believe you.
As you've just seen, Medieval Dynasty is set to launch September 17th on PC. Another game scheduled for 2020 is Morbid: The Seven Acolytes, which made its debut in our last show. Here's a closer look at the horror punk RPG.
Hello everybody, my name is Simo Talasranta. I'm the composer, sound designer and writer at Still Running. I'm absolutely thrilled to present to you today an exclusive sneak peek of our upcoming horror punk action RPG, Morbid: The Seven Acolytes. Morbid: The Seven Acolytes is a challenging isometric soulspawn filled with Lovecraftian horrors and Cronenbergian gore. The game takes place in the land of Mornia, a vast and immersive fantasy world of gothic steampunk aesthetics, abound with profound.
To me, what makes a Souls game is it has to be third person behind the camera, which is third person, but third person behind the camera with a lock on.
Powerful beings possessed
like, to me, this just because it's hard doesn't make it a Souls game. A Souls-like.
Heavy yoke of their terror, fail, and the malicious gods rule on as the acolytes reign and madness prevails. Speaking of madness, sanity has a central role in the game, as the player must manage her mental health whilst facing the unspeakable horrors of the accursed world of Mornia. Losing your sanity in the game has some dire consequences, as it affects many of your
attributes, you get fucking used to
and
it.
even brings forth new types of enemies. Another essential feature of the game are the blessings of Magratheus, a perk system which allows the player to level up and customize their character in countless combinations. Become a tanky warrior, an agile glass cannon, a trigger-happy gunslinger, or none of the above. The choice, the build is yours. Challenging foes, mini-bosses, and large-scale boss fights are the heart of the game. In order to overcome the insurmountable odds these obstacles present, you must truly master the combat and the mechanics of the game, as well as improve your character and gear through various RPG elements, such as quests, perks, runes, upgrades, and looting. We are very excited to be bringing Morbid: The Seven Acolytes to Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC later this year. So stay tuned, wishlist us, and follow us on social media to be among the first to know the release date of Morbid: The Seven Acolytes. Thank you so much for your time.
What are the
Enjoy the
seven
rest of the
acolytes?
Magratheus blessing.
Lust, greed, others.
Morbid: The Seven Acolytes releases on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch later this year.
As we get closer to the end of the show, don't you think it's time that we, took a little breather from all this action and excitement?
Absolutely not. Coming up next is an incredible collection of upcoming games, and I promise you that it'll be easier to follow than that whole business.
Oh, that's not the Seven Acolytes. I thought, what is that then? What is that thing that's lust, greed, and the other things? Game Dev Tycoon, they're bringing it to Switch. Is that the good one or is that the bad one? Which one's the bad one? There's like two of these types of games. There's probably loads, but there's two big ones. One was good, one was bad. That game's old as well, isn't it? Like really old at this point. Not that old. It's weird how there's so many indie stuff in this. but tomorrow you got the indie showcase. It's like, well, this already feels like a fucking indie showcase to me. Ring of pain. Shove it up your ring of pain. Huh. Well, you're fucked with Flight Simulator coming up. Or out. Already. Iconfell? Iconfell? Going medieval. That looks kind of interesting. Rip them off. You gotta rip people off. No fucking way does it. That looks good. Oh, I don't know what that was. Shattered. They're showing a stupid amount of games in this little section.
Head over to GamesRadar.com for more info
Shattered.
on all of those
What is
games
that?
and where you can play them.
Next up, we have a closer look at co-op adventure Operation Tango, which made its world premiere in our last show. Here's how the hacker and spy roles interact to complete dangerous missions across the world.
Hi everyone, I am BU and I am here with Halios and we are checking
Oh dear.
out Operation Tango.
It's
you
me.
picked the hacker already.
It's one of me.
He has a better beard than me. Okay, looks like I have to like disable a surveillance. Oh, I see you. Oh, I see you. Hi. Oh, good choice in music.
It's a streamer.
Thank you.
What's
Oh,
been
by the way.
going on? Nothing much, really.
This is great. Oh, you going left and right?
Shattered Tale of Forgotten King. It's out already? It's been out
nice. Okay,
for a year? I've never even heard of it.
Good. Now
What
go
the
down
fuck?
into the vault and find a way to access the safe where the virus genome is.
It's got mostly
Okay,
positive
so the other one's in
and
the other
it's got
corner.
116
Yeah, the back right corner.
reviews
And you're heading, like,
on
right for it.
Steam, so not a lot of people know about it, but it looks really good.
Hacking again. 4 and 1.8. 4
Guess
in
it's
blue,
not good.
1.8 in yellow.
Gotcha.
It's an early access game.
All right.
Oh.
Let's see what. Oh, what in the
Weird.
world?
Oh, I can add bridges.
Strange.
Oh, wait. Okay, some of them disappear.
Oh.
Oh, no, where are you going?
Oh. We're good
Can you
there.
get across, get across. Yeah, good job. All right.
Now, figure out which safe contains the virus genome and crack it open.
This is type of safe, but I can't. Oh, there. Okay. Oh, there's so many. All right, we don't know which one the
Her
virus
frame
is.
rate's really
You had
bad.
it in the right place, but on 2. Nope. Sorry, horizontal. Jesus, I'm not giving you good directions. Not that one. On 2.
This is
On
like
2? Vertical on 2.
keep talking and nobody explodes, or wish you were here, kind of thing, where you don't.
Oh my god.
Where one person sees something and they've got to kind of explain it to the other
Did we
person.
get it? Are we escaping? I want more. Like, I want to do another mission.
Operation Tango. download the demo on Steam.
There's a demo. Ooh.
Now here's something really cool. Operation Tango's demo is available to play right now on Steam. And as an added incentive, you can share your gameplay video to raise funds for the It Takes Two
It's bizarre.
to Save
They
the
say
World
something,
charity campaign,
and then they say it
benefiting
again.
Oxfam. More details are available on the cleverplays.com
very
website
bizarre.
and gamesradar.com. Our next game
Oh,
is
hello.
making its long-awaited return
This
in
looks
2020.
pretty good.
Here's Toys for Bob producer Lou Studdert to tell us more about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time.
Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot, you banished me to the past.
I hope it's not stupidly difficult. I don't want to be raging.
I am Lou Studdert. I am a producer at Toys for Bob, and we're the developers of Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. So what we're looking at here
I'm
is
not
something
that excited
we,
about these levels.
unveiled at Opening Night Live, and this is a look at what we call flashback tapes. It's a brand new feature in Crash Bandicoot, and it's something that I'm really excited to talk about.
Is it
because
actually
it's
going to
these
have that kind of
devious
effect
kind
to
of
it?
puzzle test rooms
That old
actually
TV
take place
effect?
before the events of Crash Bandicoot 1. And so players are going to be discovering these in the levels. They actually have to pick up
in
the
Crash
flashback
Bandicoot
tapes in a
1,
level
Coco was
by
a
reaching them
sexy
without dying. It's
lady
actually our homage to the
with-
original
she was
Death
really
Roots
tall
that were
and
in the,
really long legs,
original
and
trilogy.
she
One of the
wasn't
ways that we're
even
kind of trying to balance this old
Ba-
and new in the
Crash's
level
sister
design
at that
motion is
point.
We're kind of making the game we wish we had access to. You know, in that you've played these original games, and the original Crash, formula, the original Crash feeling.
They stuck at 3D
is
platformers.
so unique. You know, it has that kind of what we call a perspective.
I can never
shifting
tell where I'm
kind of
actually
precision
landing.
Platforming, right? And no game feels like that.
I
so
still
honestly,
think
like going
the
back
Wrath
to that
of
as a foundation,
Cortex, the PlayStation
really,
2
really
one, was the best
refreshing for
one.
us, because you don't
The
get
one
it
that wasn't
anymore,
made by
and yet
Naughty
we
Dog.
have that kind of muscle memory and ingrained DNA at the studio of loving this way that this plays. And then on top of that, it's been 20 plus years since the original trilogy. It's been over 10 years since the last new Crash Bandicoot game. And so for us, it's then layering in things that we'd wanted to see in the game. It's layering in just ideas that we've had as being platformer
Things I'm
fans
worried
as
it's not
we
going to be
go,
very long.
and taking that kind of stable foundation and
Like
just
Crash
going
games are
wild
not
on
very
top of
long.
it. So for
I mean,
us,
they are
it's
if you go back and do
looking at
all
those
the
original
stuff,
aspects
but
of
if you
it.
just
Okay, how can we
you
put
just
the
go
Toys
through the
for Bob
campaign
spin?
once,
And how can we make it
they're not
bigger?
very
How
long.
can we make it
They're like 3
crazier?
hours long.
How can we make it just really,
So let's
really
hope they
stand out?
make it
So
long.
yeah, so people can get their hands on Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About
Longer.
Time, on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One on October 2nd. We're super excited for folks to finally get their hands on this, and thanks for joining us, and enjoy the rest of the show.
I think it looks really quite nice.
Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time will launch on PS4 and Xbox One October 2nd.
Right.
You know, there's a question that gets asked.
What about PC though?
Eventually. Can you pet the dog? Well, this next game looks set to answer it in the most literal way.
Can you pet the dog? So they've made it a fucking game out of a meme.
This is a dog.
That's a real dog.
We've been at home for so long that we forgot.
That's not a game dog, that's a real dog.
But now, you can pet one.
In VR, it's a VR game.
Dog VR is a VR game where you can play with the cutest dog of 2020.
I've got a dog though. I can just
And
go
the best
outside.
part is it's available right now. So go to Steam,
I go outside, throw
slam that
a
purchase
ball
button,
for my
and
dog.
pet that dog.
And I do that
Also,
regularly.
please send a
So
tweet at Can You Pet the Dog so that we can get their attention. This is shameless.
is this for when my dog eventually dies? And I'm sad.
You Can Pet the Dog VR is available right now on Steam.
This next game has one of the most dramatic backstories of recent times after its original development team was replaced. Here's an update on Viking survival game Rune 2.
Warrior, Valhalla awaits you.
Didn't this get released and it was really bad?
Hi there. My name is
Or was
Mitch
that the first
Alpiner.
one?
I'm the community manager for Rune 2. Right now we're working on Rune 2, the premier open world action RPG Norse mythology looter stabber.
That's Assassin's
Today,
Creed Valhalla.
We're here to show off improvements that we made to Rune 2 over the last several months, as well as what's coming next. The footage that you're looking at is our brand new dungeons, our enhanced combat system, our brand new skill tree, our new narrative and quest line, our new destruction system, our new bosses,
yeah, I think they released this once, didn't they?
For us to build on the foundation that was established previously, we knew that getting feedback from the community was key. So on May 6th, we updated Rune 2 with our Lazarus update, which updated combat with our pairing system.
Yeah, they released it and it's got a fucking awful rating.
We went back and looked at all the feedback and realized that we needed that bite-sized
so what, they're re-releasing it again?
Experience that people come to expect, and that's where dungeons came from. Players should expect from the new dungeon system to go in, explore a dungeon, kill a lot of enemies, find a lot of loot, fight a boss at the end, and leave. It's really taking all of the best elements of Rune 2 and putting them into one experience. With our new quest system, we really took to heart the feedback from the community. Our previous quest system was
they released it on the Epic Games Store,
spawn
I think.
here, go to place, kill dude, dude drops football, take football back to place that you spawned, touchdown, repeat that about 35 times. We have completely thrown that out. We've made a lot more variation in our quest system. For instance, in one quest, you'll build a village. In another quest, you will defend your village from an oncoming horde of enemies that are trying to tear down the village you just built. Another quest, you'll go into a dungeon.
It's got that kind of risen, gothic,
and these are just a few examples of
janky,
quests that you'll
Two Worlds 2 jank to it kind of
We've
thing.
completely overhauled the Rune 2 combat system. Previously, it was very hack and slashy. Now our combat is a bit more tactical. The feeling of combat is a lot more varied. We added a pairing system, which
I love. They call them Eurojank. I love Risen.
The battle. It just expands how
I
much
love
depth
Two
we
Worlds
have
2.
We believe that this new update is the perfect opportunity to
I need to
jump
play like
into
Greedfall.
Rune 2. Rune 2 is available now on the Epic Games Store and will be coming to Steam and other PC storefronts later this year. All of the footage that you're seeing was captured on the recently updated Rune 2 Public Test Realm, a free add-on for all Rune 2 players. Look for more updates on the vast improvements we're making for Rune 2, including improved multiplayer features, more dungeons, our new skill tree, storyline reveals, and more exciting announcements in the near future. Thank you for watching and enjoy the show.
Hey Jax, it's literally about to end.
Studio 369 for that update. You can check out Rune 2 right now on the Epic Game Store.
Okay, Debbie. Now it's time
Serious
to get
Sam 4.
serious.
It looks really bad.
It's easy to
Why?
forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
Okay, guys, I think we've lost him again. Up next, an exclusive look at vehicle combat in Serious
Vehicle
Sam
combat?
4.
Beg your pardon? What? Vehicle combat? In Serious Sam? Well, in Serious Sam 2 there was vehicle combat, but the people who made Serious Sam don't even fucking admit Serious Sam 2 exists.
Ma'am, how do I get to the Vatican?
It's easy.
The graphics look the same as the last game, which came out 9 years ago.
Go straight ahead, and there you can find Papa Mobile.
I'm not sure that's my kind of ride.
Silly boy. It's the new Papa Mobile. Il Papa have it made all special. You see, he's good.
Welcome, Your Holiness. Hail Mary.
What?
Ooh, pretty.
They've added mechs to the game?
Army weapon systems.
Okay.
Loading ammunition.
Now, they said there's supposed to be 100,000 enemies on the screen at once.
Pressurizing in progress.
We haven't seen that yet.
Complete. All systems
What they
ready.
mean is all the little bacteria
Sort them out.
that's on the floor. Oh then. I didn't expect this. This actually makes it a bit different. What the fuck? Tentacles. Ooh. Why is it so blurry? It's because the bit rate of the stream is terrible. Not my stream, their stream. Right then, holy shit. I'm more
Serious Sam 4 will be available on Steam
hopeful
and
now.
Stadia, September 24th.
Our next game, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, has kept its secrets close, but we've convinced Frogwares to tell us more about the famous detective's very first case.
Hey everybody,
Watson.
my name is Sergey and I'm a part of Frogwares, and here's our latest project, Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1, a story-driven detective thriller that will explore Sherlock's very first
They
case.
seem to be going
In this game,
very
you'll
much
play as a young
down
Holmes.
the
You
line
will
of
see
trying to
what drove
make
him to come back to this
Sherlock
place of his
a lot
youth and
more
help pave the way
younger
for him to become
and
that
more
world-famous
appealing to a younger
detective
audience.
that we now know him for. Chapter 1 is a single-player detective game which takes place
The
on an
last one,
open-world
Devil's
Mediterranean
Daughter,
island at the
wasn't
end of the
reviewed
19th
as well as
century.
their last
To an
ones.
outsider,
They
especially
tried to
from
make
the
it more
West,
action-y,
this island seems like paradise.
when really
with
it
colorful
should just be
scenery,
a
fascinating
detective-based,
architecture and exotic people.
you know, puzzly
It's
game.
a world full of rich history, places of interest to discover, and mysteries to untangle.
Like Crimes and
This island
Punishments
is a
was really
promise,
good.
A promise of adventures and leaving your mundane life and troubles behind. However, playing as Sherlock, a British stranger, you'll quickly realize that this paradise-like life is just a facade. Once you peek inside, the illusion breaks, and you'll see that the urban veneer of order and decorum hides too many dark secrets. This island is a world of crime, a world of social and economic inequality, where the law is nothing more than pretty big words. The islanders are too eager to take
Is it gonna be
justice into their own
episodic?
hands, with police turning a blind eye for the convenience of the local overlords. This is the perfect school and playground for an aspiring detective like yourself, a place where a legend can be born. While exploring the island, you will investigate some truly bewildering cases.
We haven't seen any fucking
Why does an
gameplay
elephant
yet.
have to face a trial against a mob of angry people? Or why are these revenge pillars
They're gonna
allowed on
fucking
the
lynch
island?
a fucking
Each knife
elephant?
stuck in the
How is it gonna
pillar
fucking
is a
hold the
symbol of
elephant?
vengeance being served. And with each passing day,
You know how
more and
heavy an
more
elephant
pillars
is?
appear in the city. As Sherlock, you will have to find an approach to each social group that's living in their part of the island. Whether you are dealing with the British Empire, the Venetians, or the Ottoman descendants, you will have to use your wits, intuition, and skills to gain
I want
the
this to be
info and
good.
clues that you need to solve the mysteries and cases. We hope that you like this glimpse into
Obviously.
the world of Sherlock Holmes.
I don't want any
Chapter
game
1.
to be bad.
Our game will be coming in
Madness.
2021 to both PC and current and next-gen consoles. If you like what we showed you, follow
You
us
haven't
on our
shown
social
any
channels.
gameplay
We
of
will
this
be
game
showing you
yet, and
more
you
info
announced it
there
ages
as we get
ago.
closer to release. And as a side note, we are now celebrating our 20th birthday,
Yeah, there you
so
go,
you can
look.
grab our games at a huge
I've got
discount on PC, Xbox,
Devil's
and Nintendo
Daughter
Switch.
because
Thank you
Amazon
so much for your
gave it
time,
away
and enjoy
for
the rest of
free
the show.
if you have Amazon Prime ages ago. It's not episodic, it's just called Chapter 1 because it's like the first case that Sherlock
Holmes
went on.
Chapter 1
But
is
it makes it
scheduled to
sound like
launch
it's an
on
episodic
PC,
thing.
Current and next-gen
It's a bad
consoles
name.
in 2021.
Another game that's full of mysteries is Call of the Sea, and we've caught up with developer Out of the Blue to tell us more about their exotic island adventure.
Hello, I'm Tatiana Delgado from Out of the Blue, and I'm currently working on Call of the Sea.
It's supposed to have
Call of the
ended
Sea
7
is
minutes
a
ago.
first-person adventure puzzle game set in the 1930s. It is a story of mystery and love that takes place on a
No,
forgotten
yesterday's
island
was
in the
2
South
hours.
Pacific.
We've been going for an hour and
You take the
37
role of
minutes
Nora
so far.
Everhart, a woman who has crossed an ocean in search
Oh, we had
of her
that
husband's
glitch
missing
that happened.
expedition. On the previous Future Game Show,
That's probably
we
why
took
it's
you through
running over
our very
time.
first in-game trailer and gave you a little
This
insight
looks really
into
nice.
Nora's story. Today, we are really excited
Is it like
to
The
share
Witness?
this exclusive footage of some new environments. As a player, you will dive into underwater ruins, you will uncover ancient cities hidden by the jungle, following the trail of the
No,
expedition.
they started at 8 o'clock
You
my
will have to
time,
figure
an hour
out
later.
what they found and what happened to them. But as you can see, although our game is heavily influenced by his tales, Call of the Sea is a twist on the traditional H.P. Lovecraft works. We are trying to focus on the surreal and the oniric more than the horrific and the grim. In short, Call of the Sea isn't a descent into madness, but a rise to sanity. Losing your mind makes you see a dreamlike, colorful world. Join Nora on a trip that will change her life. Immerse yourself in the mystery of what happened on the Everhart expedition.
I want to play it just to like
discovering the secrets
walk
of the crew
around it.
members and what happened on the island. Call of the Sea is coming to Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and PC later this year. Thank you for watching and enjoy the show.
Everything's coming out next year. Next year.
Call of the Sea launches later this year on PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X.
You said next year.
This next game
Don't
is
confuse
a thing
me.
of nightmares. And no, not the nightmare where you fight zombies in police uniforms using hook swords. Here's a new trailer of the next-gen psychological horror, Unsound Mind.
She has an accent. Don't fucking be racist about her accent. Oh, December. It comes out December.
It's funny, really. When you're scared. I mean, when you're really terrified of the monster stalking you, watching you, pushing you over the edge into an ocean of fear. Losing your mind seems like the sensible thing to do.
Kitty cat. Nightmare House 2. Oh, it's a gun. Flare gun. Those fucking monsters just go wah at you. Like It. Did It start that? The first It, or the reboot It? 2021.
Unsound Mind is published by Modus Games, and you can play the debut demo on Steam right now.
There's lots of demos for
before
stuff.
The full game launches for PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC early in 2021.
Let's face it, 2020, it's not going great, so we need something to unite us. In our next game, that's battling hordes of mutated dinosaurs to prevent the collapse of the human race. But hey, it's an improvement, right?
Big map, big dinosaurs, big guns. Built with a small team, how do we realise such a large, over-the-top fantasy like Second Extinction? Having a world-class team that shares a collective vision is key. Pairing that with the tools such as the Apex engine
Gun
to help
sound
us shape
effects
that
sounded
vision
good.
is vital.
The gun sound
But
effects
even
sound
with the
really
team
good.
and the tools, it's about working smart, finding new uses of our existing technology to deliver as much as possible to our players. One area is the world itself, the landscape and terrain. The Apex engine allows us to sculpt and shape our terrain with a level of detail and variety that's leading class. And we can light it and weather it and layer it gloriously. Then there's the physics and destruction. The Apex engine allows us to deliver emergent, physics-based action that fills the screen with intense mayhem. It means no two dismembered raptors ever look the same as they sail through the air. It means every action,
Is it
every
like
explosion
Killing Floor
feels unique,
with dinosaurs?
delivering water cooler moments you won't forget. As systemic reaction, our vision is to make games that make players react. Whether it's to the vastness of the environment, the surprise of an attack, or the joy at simply blowing things up. Our team has worked tirelessly to find the right
I got that
focus
monitor.
and tune the experience into a frequency that feels fresh and fun and alive. We're immensely proud of Second Extinction, and when we enter early access next month, we're looking forward to growing and working
early
with our passionate
access,
community
no.
to further shape the experience with us.
Why?
Join the fight. Reclaim Earth.
If you're going to put it in early access, it should be free. I'm not
Second
paying to
Extinction
fucking
enters
beta test
early
your
access on
game.
PC next month, before arriving on Xbox Series X and Xbox One later this year.
And finally, two of the most famous detectives are making their long-awaited return.
It's VR
and we've
only,
got
though.
the first gameplay footage of them in action to share with you right now.
Exclusive.
What a shame.
Oh, hey there. Have you ever thought of pursuing an exciting career in extracurricular law enforcement?
Sam, we're a little
I could make so many jokes.
Calm down, Max. I'm engaging this promising new cadet.
Cadets, we need more ammo.
Hi, this is Mike Levine, founder of Happy Giant.
Hello!
Here today to talk about a new game.
Which one's
we're
Sam
reviewing
and which one's
called
Max?
Sam and Max. This time it's virtual. This is Sam and Max's first original game in a decade, and if I believe Mike Stemley, their 20th video game overall.
Hi, I'm Mike Stemley, designer and writer for Sam & Max. This time it's virtual. For those not in the know, Sam & Max are a dog in a suit and a hyperkinetic naked rabbity thing, collectively known as the Freelance
Sam
Police.
is the rabbit, okay.
For over 30 years, they've been slapping evil with the open palms of justice and the dueling gloves of silliness, making the world a better and somewhat stranger place in the process.
This is not your typical Sam & Max
Sam is the
game.
dog?
This is a new medium. And that opened up a world of new gameplay types to explore, while still keeping what the players loved about the old
Max sounds like a dog
We begin
name.
our story in a typical day for the Freelance Police, as a grody, five-headed monster terrorizes our hero's neighborhood.
You have the right to get blown up. If you don't want to get blown up now, that's too bad, because you're going to get blown up now.
After you make
Don't
quick work
put your
of the
dick in it.
monster with a semi-legally obtained rocket launcher, you are
What
quickly
the fuck?
recruited into the ranks of the Freelance Police, much to Max's annoyance.
Please don't hug me.
What follows is a grueling day of training at Sam & Max's
I
Freelance
don't think this is what
Police
people
Training
wanted
Academy,
when
which has been built on the
they
site
heard
of a
Sam and Max.
dilapidated and probably not haunted theme park. If you survive the day, you'll become a full-fledged member of the Freelance Police, and more importantly, win the grudging respect of a naked bunny rabbit. So, yeah, check out Sam & Max. This time it's virtual.
Coming to bust your brains in 2021.
Y'all stay safe out there, you hear?
And that wraps up our show. All that's left
An
for me
odd
say
thing
is
to end
thank you
on.
so much for watching, and thanks to everyone who helped put it all together.
Wait, David, wait. You didn't think that we'd let you leave without one last surprise, now did you?
Wait, hang on. You don't mean a Metal Gear?
No. Can we just roll the tape, please?
World premiere.
What do playism do? Whoa, what the hell? Ghost of Tsushima, but with futuristic shit. Oh, it's that cloud cyberpunk thing with the DeLorean. It looks like Syndicate, the first-person shooter Syndicate. I love how that opening bit didn't give off the idea that it was going to be a first-person shooter at all. Bright Memory, that's what it's called. Infinite, yeah. Out yet? No?
All right. And
Okay.
that wraps up our show. All that's left for me to say is thank you so much for watching, and thank you to everyone.
Yeah, the Syndicate
together.
first-person
Don't
shooter was
forget to
actually
head on over
really
to the
good.
Future Game Show page on Steam to add your favorite games from the showcase to your wish list. And be sure to visit GamesRadar.com
Well,
for all of your next-gen news, guides.
The presentation of the show was
you for
better
watching.
than
I'm
last
David Hayter.
night's. There wasn't
And I
a lot
am
of
Debbie
faff.
May West.
It was just
And this has been the second
we just got to all the
Future
stuff
Game Show.
without any of the cringe in the middle. But what they actually showed was probably on par, I guess, with last night's stuff. Nothing too crazy, really. Nothing mind-blowing. Everyone's keeping their fucking cards close to their fucking chests because of the new consoles, I guess. It's a right pain in the arse. Here's a sizzle reel in case you are addled in the brain and can't remember. Here's a tree falling down. If a tree falls in the woods and no one's there to see it, does it make a sound? Not enough gameplay for the games I actually wanted to see. You know what I mean? And Mafia looks terrible. This is a shame. Like most of the stuff that looks pretty good, we've already seen announced ages ago, and probably seen more of it back then. Well, there you go. I didn't realize they were going to do one so soon after the last one. Really, there's just no big announcements really because of. Usually, when new consoles are coming out, it's supposed to be super exciting, but it's not that exciting because no one's really saying much. They're keeping it so close to their chest. You know, we still don't really know much about the new consoles. You know, yeah. Tomorrow one is at 6 o'clock my time, but it's the indie stuff. But we've already seen so much indie stuff, you know. And I feel like a lot of the time, the stuff you want to see is actually shown off not in these actual conferences, but shown off just during the day live stream, where they live stream stuff from the actual day, the actual convention, even though it's not going, the virtual convention. Strange. Well then. It was okay. It was fine. But I don't know. I don't think indie games show very well on streams because they're not like big hitters. Even though they may be amazing to play, they're not like wow, whoa, whoa. They're just more nichey stuff, I guess. But that's where I'm gonna end it for today. Tomorrow we'll be back for the stream of the indie stuff. Which will be indie stuff, I guess. I mean, what can they even show off? We've seen so much indie stuff already. I don't know. Maybe there'll be some crazy surprises. Who knows? But anyway, I'll see you then for that. So, thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.